K-pop fans, gather around because today we need to have a serious conversation about why the hate toward BadVillain is completely unjustified. This group has been catching heat from all sides since their debut, and frankly, it's time to set the record straight. We'll break down all the criticisms, debunk the myths, and dive into why this hate is not only unfair, but downright ridiculous. Let's kick things off with the biggest accusation that's been thrown at BadVillain: plagiarism. From the moment BadVillain's debut was announced, Baby Monster fans were up in arms claiming that BadVillain was copying their favorite group. The accusations ranged from similar teaser photos with red backgrounds and silhouettes to the use of devil horns in their logos. People even pointed out that both groups used a signature hand pose. Now, let's get one thing straight. Similarities in K-pop are nothing new. The industry is built on trends, and visual elements like red backgrounds, devil horns, and sharp fonts have been used by countless groups before Baby Monster even debuted. Dreamcatcher did the red silhouette concept 5 years ago, and devil horns in logos? Not exactly groundbreaking. So to say that BadVillain is copying Baby Monster because of these elements is a stretch, to say the least. But what really blows my mind is how some Baby Monster fans act like they invented these concepts. Guys, touch some grass. The world doesn't revolve around your fave. There's a long history in K-pop of groups sharing similar concepts, and it doesn't mean one is copying the other. Remember when Blackpink was accused of copying 2NE1, or when GF Friend was said to be copying Girls' Generation? It's just part of the game, and it's about how each group makes the concept their own. And let's talk about the sound. Critics have said that BadVillain's music sounds too similar to what we've heard from other girl groups, particularly those from YG Entertainment, like Blackpink or Baby Monster. But here's the deal. Girl crush is a popular style in K-pop right now. Just like how EDM influences were all the rage a few years back, girl crush is having its moment. If it works, it works. And honestly, BadVillain brings their own flavor to it. Their debut track has this epic blend of classical music with hard-hitting beats, something that's not too common in today's K-pop. And while some say their music could be leftover tracks from a Blackpink or Baby Monster album, that's just not true. BadVillain is carving out their own identity within the girl crush genre. Emma's sharp rap flow and Yoonseo's unique vocal tone, that's something only BadVillain is bringing to the table. But let's address another point: the all visuals, no talent argument. This one's been thrown at countless idols over the years. It's tired, it's boring, and frankly, it's just not true. Being a visual isn't a bad thing. Visuals are a huge part of what makes K-pop, well, K-pop. But let's not pretend that being a visual means you're talentless. BadVillain's choreography is intense, intricate, and requires serious skill. You can't pull off that level of performance if you're just a pretty face with no talent. The chorus choreography in their debut track, it's already being hailed as one of the best of the year. And for those saying they're weak vocalists or rappers, I'm gonna need you to take several seats. These girls are rookies. They're only going to get better with time. And here's where things get really interesting. BadVillain is getting hate not just because of their music or their concept, but because they're new. The K-pop market is crowded, and when a new group debuts, some fans see them as a threat to their favorites. The timing of BadVillain's debut, right after Baby Monster, only added fuel to the fire. But here's the thing. There's room for both groups to succeed. Pitting them against each other is pointless and does a disservice to both fandoms. Let's talk about the ad controversy. People are calling them AdVillain because they've had some serious promotion. I'm talking subway ads, social media campaigns, you name it. But isn't that literally what a company is supposed to do? Promote their artists? If BadVillain wasn't getting promoted, you'd be complaining that BPM Entertainment wasn't doing enough. You can't have it both ways. And let's be real, every successful K-pop group had heavy promotion early on. Blackpink, BTS, Twice, they all got a strong push from their companies. So why is it suddenly a problem when BadVillain gets the same treatment? The aggressive promotion isn't a sign that they're cheating their way to the top. It's a sign that their company believes in them and is willing to invest in their success. Another point of criticism is the use of certain slang and lyrics in BadVillain's music. Some people have taken issue with the way they incorporate street slang, arguing that it feels inauthentic or forced. Look, I get it. K-pop has a history of borrowing from other cultures, sometimes in ways that feel off. But let's not act like BadVillain is the first group to do this. This is a widespread issue in the industry, and it's not exclusive to them. And honestly, these lyrics are often written by producers and lyricists, not the idols themselves. Blaming the members for something that's largely out of their control is misguided. The industry as a whole needs to take a closer look at how it approaches cultural elements in its music, but singling out BadVillain for something that's so widespread, that's just unfair. Now let's circle back to the Baby Monster comparison. Some fans have pointed out that BadVillain's concept photos, sound, and even the BPM in their teaser videos are too similar to Baby Monster's. And yeah, there are some overlaps. But guess what? These aren't unique to Baby Monster. The red background, the devil horns, the girl crush vibe, these are all things we've seen before in K-pop. They don't belong to any one group. The timing of their debut being close to Baby Monster's definitely stirred the pot, but that doesn't mean BadVillain is just a ripoff. If anything, the similarities are superficial at best. When you dig deeper, you'll see that the groups are actually quite different. Baby Monster seems to be leaning more into pop, while BadVillain is bringing a Chicago drill vibe to some of their tracks. They're carving out their own lane, and it's high time we let them do that. But what really bothers me is the way people are picking on BadVillain's looks. You've got folks who've been complaining for years that K-pop is too focused on visuals, that talent doesn't matter anymore, and that companies only care about debuting pretty faces. But now, these same people are out here calling BadVillain ugly? Are you kidding me? It's like, do you even hear yourselves? You can't complain that K-pop is too focused on visuals and then turn around and bash a group for not fitting your standard of beauty. Here's the deal. BadVillain is a talented group with a unique sound, killer choreography, and yes, they look great too. The hate they're getting is not just unfair, it's completely baseless. They deserve a chance to prove themselves without being dragged down by petty comparisons, baseless accusations, and toxic fan wars. So, if you've been on the fence about BadVillain, I encourage you to give them a fair shot. Listen to their music, watch their performances, and make up your mind based on what they actually bring to the table, not on what the haters say. Because at the end of the day, BadVillain is here to stay, and they deserve to be judged on their own merits. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments. What do you think about BadVillain's debut? Are you team BadVillain, or do you still have your doubts? Let's keep the conversation going, but remember, keep it respectful. We're here to support K-pop, not tear it down. Remember, K-pop is all about the music and the joy it brings, so let's focus on what really matters. Keep supporting the artists you love, and don't let unnecessary hate cloud your enjoyment. Until next time, stay positive, stay open-minded, and keep enjoying the music. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.